All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Kayla, Deputy Director for the League of Municipalities. It's so great to see so many people on the webinar. Before we dive into things, I want to remind you all that this is being recorded and we will share it with everyone after the webinar has concluded. We will also conclude with any questions you may have. I also, to kick things off, want to go around the room and introduce who is in here with me, and we'll start with Lori.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to serve as your communications director.
I'm Tyra Rayford, digital media specialist.
Good afternoon, Lillian Pittman, legislative policy analyst.
All right, so many of you know that the League launched the Live Locally Alabama campaign in September of 2024, aimed at encouraging civic engagement, instilling community pride, and highlighting the crucial role that local government plays in the daily lives of its citizens. During our annual convention last week, we were thrilled to launch the second installment or phase of our campaign. This second phase will include a new set of videos and materials that focus on sharing data we received from a survey of our membership, which focuses on the costs related to public safety, water, sewer, and road infrastructure, as well as parks and recreation, all services that citizens not only expect but demand. The video and other resources that Lori will review with you momentarily will help show your citizens and lawmakers why their investments in their communities is so critical. One thing I want to emphasize to each of you is that it takes all of us sharing how much it costs to build roads, develop parks, and provide quality of life services for building strong communities where all citizens want to live, work, play, shop, invest, and raise families. That is the only way we can really move the needle, which energizes our citizens to become more engaged, prevents the legislature from passing harmful policies, and it creates thriving communities. So thank you so much for your engagement today and taking the time to join us. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Lori.
All right. Well, Kayla also wants to be here for this special part where we showcase the new video. So we're going to go ahead and start with that.
Each morning, without even realizing it, neighbors across Alabama start their day supported by the investments their local government has made. It's understandable. When was the last time you considered the price of just 1 mile of road construction on your morning walk? Or the fact that the water you used for your morning coffee traveled through a carefully engineered network of treatment plants and pipes long before you even turned on the tap? It might not be front of mind, but the truth is, there's not much you can do throughout the day that isn't touched by your local government. Even on a routine drive to school and work, municipalities play a huge role in making living locally as enjoyable as it is. They're the reason your favorite lunch spot is where it is. Zoning, urban planning, and economic development initiatives made it happen. Your neighbors on the City Council and County Commission had a hand in every streetlight and streetscape you pass every day. But it's more than appearance, convenience, or comforts. The decisions your municipality makes can mean the difference between life and death. The fire trucks that are on standby 24/7 to keep you safe must be thoughtfully purchased and placed. Behind every patrol car you pass on the way home from the store represents a coordinated effort to make sure police officers are prepared, supported, and equipped to protect and serve. They, like your local government, have to be everywhere all the time. Even if you're not aware of the investments made to keep your community clean, comfortable, and safe, at the end of the day, they're critical to lives lived well and lived locally.
So what we'll do is we'll send out all the videos after, and that way y'all can still access them, but we'll go ahead and talk about them. They're actually already on our website. So we apologize for that. But as Kayla mentioned, we are really excited about the second phase of our Live Locally Alabama campaign, where we're going to be focusing on showcasing data for how much it costs to be able to provide various municipal services. So if you want to, you can go ahead and scan the QR code or go to our Live Locally Alabama page underneath the newsroom tab on our website. And that way you can kind of download some of the items that we're going to be talking about today. So I want to give a shout out to Lillian Pittman, who is sitting over here. She is our legislative policy analyst, and she worked with Greg, Kayla, and I to really get our members to participate in a survey. And so she's been really coordinating that for several months and did a great job of helping us to incorporate the data and make sure that we had the proper averages as best we could to create this new video and several graphics. So thank you, Lillian. And also, while I'm talking about her, after we've gone through all the slides, we'll take questions at the end, and she would be the best person to talk about some of the specifics with the data. But Ty is also monitoring the chat, so if you have any questions, feel free to just put it in the chat or save it for the end, and we will get back to you on it since everyone's mics are muted right now. So some of the data points listed on our strategic plan, which is listed at the very first bullet on our Live Locally Alabama page. You can go ahead and download that now. Some of the data points listed there include, on average, it costs more than $143,000 to support one police officer's salary and equipment. So that can be things like their cameras on their chest, or their guns, or their ammo, things like that. The average cost for one police cruiser is over $63,000. On average, it costs more than $59,000 to employ one firefighter. Now, I know when you look at the firefighter and the police officers support, you may be wondering, like, why is there such a large difference? And Lillian tells me that it's because the firefighters' equipment is more communal versus how a police officer's is usually his own individual gear. The average cost for one fire truck is over $1.6 million. On average, it costs between $1.25 million and $4 million for 1 mile of road construction. It generally costs about $340 to fill one pothole. I know that is one of the main questions y'all get every day. Why do we have all these potholes in our city, and why aren't we taking steps to get those filled quickly? Well, we have to remind citizens how much that costs. Another stat is a huge one. It costs approximately $48 million to construct and maintain water and sewer infrastructure, and that includes things like the piping, sanitation, and personnel. It typically costs around $450,000 to construct 1 acre for an active park. It costs about $750,000 to build a ball field, $400,000 to build a splash pad, and roughly between $3 million and $6 million for a pickleball complex. So we appreciate those of you who did participate in our survey, and we are hoping that this information will be extremely valuable to you, especially as your teams utilize this information to better tell your story. And we really hope that as a whole, it will help all of us, all of our communities, whenever we're talking to the legislature about these costs, and when our advocacy team is talking to them about why taxes are needed and what those taxes go to support. So we hope to do some more surveys, maybe annually, but we will certainly let you know as we continue to build out the rest of the campaign. So in addition to our strategic plan, we also have a pre-written press release. You can go on there now and download that. I know a lot of you may have just come into office, and well, this is a perfect opportunity for you to utilize it and talk about, you know, some of the goals that you have for your next term. And whether you're a veteran or not, a veteran municipal leader, you know, it's still a great time for you to get involved. So we really hope that you'll take a look at that and incorporate some of your own messaging to tailor it to your citizens and what projects y'all have going on. Let's see what else. We also have pulled together a media contact list. We generally been emailing that to y'all, and that's the one thing that's not posted on the website. So after we get done with the webinar, we will reshare that. And if y'all ever have any contacts that you want to add to it, we would welcome it. Of course, we know that reporters change out a lot, so please send us those emails and phone numbers and we'll get them added. One thing I do want to also mention when it comes to the media, we are living in an age where a lot of times you have to pay to get your press releases publicized now. We've seen that, and we've worked with some outside entities in order to promote the campaign. And so we would ask that whenever we send out a press release that you also share that with your communities, you share that with your press contacts, because a lot of times they are more susceptible to listening to you as their local mayor or council member, and they'll probably publish it a lot faster than, you know, if I'm reaching out and I'm down here in central Alabama and you're in North Alabama or South Alabama. So please do that. We also have created a campaign logo style guide, and that lists a lot of the do's and don'ts whenever it comes to imagery. We welcome you to create your own graphics or visuals utilizing our logo. This campaign logo style guide really lays it out on what we're hoping that y'all can accomplish if y'all are deciding that you want to create your own. But if not, we have over 40 plus graphics available on the website to use now. Additionally, we've created a flyer for you to share with your citizens. So anytime you have a big civic club meeting or maybe a city hall meeting, feel free to print that off and share that with your members, with your citizens. And the QR code goes to the Live Locally Alabama webpage, where there are resources not only for municipalities, but also the public in general. So let's showcase some of the graphics. I don't know how many of you this is the first time you've attended the webinar, but we did showcase some of this last time, but we're really going to dive a little bit deeper, especially now that we're talking about the second phase of the campaign. So for those of you who are new, like I said, we have over 40 plus social media graphics on our website available to download, as well as many videos. We have them in horizontal formats as well as vertical in case you want to post on your Instagram story or Facebook Reels. We also have created captions for you to help your team out. Under the resources tab, under the resources for Alabamians tab, you'll find that we also have graphics for the public to share too. And that includes graphics that say, I love my hometown, or my business supports Live Locally Alabama. And you'll see one of the middle graphics there says, how can I support my local community? And it's a whole series of graphics that people can show their support by posting. So you've seen, well, actually, I guess you didn't quite see our video earlier, but you sure will see it soon, hopefully later today, whenever we can send out the recap of the webinar. But in addition to this longer, almost 2-minute version, we have a 30-second version, and we will be producing 3 more 30-second videos that really focus on one aspect. So this second phase, when we did the survey, we found out that the majority of y'all's costs outside of payroll really focus on infrastructure when it comes to water and sewer infrastructure, but then also road infrastructure, and then parks and recreation, as well as public safety. So those 4 things are really what we're pushing in this second phase. And so we'll be doing specialized videos just on those stats. And so we'll share that more throughout the year. But right now, the 2-minute video and the 30-second summary video are already posted on the Live Locally Alabama webpage. let's see. Sometimes I will have members say that they are interested in creating their own video, and that is certainly something we welcome you to do. You can create your own video, capture your own footage, and include our logo on that video. You can contract with the outside PR firm and do that in your hometown, or we welcome you to connect with our friends at NPS. Lillian Brand, who is the state director, is on the call today, and she can definitely share more about what their pricing looks like if you so choose to reach out to her.
There's momentum in Opelika. Our roots in the railroad have grown alongside generations of neighbors and friends into a haven for cutting-edge jobs, outdoor recreation, and an unmatched quality of life. Our leading healthcare and education systems are safeguarded by first responders, supported by a local government that makes it all possible. It's true, the engine that drives Opelika looks a bit different than it did in 1854. It looks like us, and it starts here, locally.
Where you can see an example of what they were able to do using NPS. The video that they produced looks very similar to our campaign videos. They're aware of the style that we want to. So I think it was an excellent job on their part for it. So also, in addition to the video, I want to talk about Opelika a little bit more because I felt like they did a great job of kind of tailoring what we had produced for them, but then making it their own. So their in-house team, their comms team, was able to create their own graphics using our logo, following the campaign logo style guide. And they also sent out a press release when we first launched this almost 2 years ago, come September. And so they have been one of the biggest and best examples that I've been sharing throughout the last couple of years. Since launching the campaign, we have promoted this at all of our events, whether that be in front of legislators or our federal leaders, in front of our members, anytime, any member of our team, whether it's me, Lillian, Kayla, and Greg, if we're talking to leadership groups here in the office or outside of the office, maybe to the revenue officers or various speaking engagements, we are talking about the campaign. And so we really need you guys to be a part of that as well. Additionally, we have had over 200 TV spots air on Alabama Public Television. Alabama Public Television is a great strategic partner of ours, and so we really appreciate them for being willing to help us broadcast our videos. And I don't know if y'all had a chance to see last week's episode of Capitol Journal, but if you were at convention, you likely saw that we had several of the reporters there, a whole team of like 6 guys there the whole week, and they did a special broadcast to promote all the things that you guys do to serve your municipalities. So if you haven't seen it, you can go to this past week's newsletter, and we have it linked there, and we've also promoted that on social media. So again, we thank our APT friends for all that they're doing to help us. We've also contracted with Yellowhammer News and their sister publication Soul Grown. Last year, we worked with them to create 6 articles on the different regions throughout our state. We tried to feature 3 communities per region, and we did that in video reels and articles. And as you can see on the screen, we also had ads that we had for the general public to be aware of what we have going on. So it linked directly to our webpage, and that's something that we're going to continue looking at and trying to figure out, as we roll out this second phase of the campaign, if we're going to partner with them or some other entities, and we'll be sure to let you know how that goes. But if y'all ever have ideas of anybody in particular that would be a great partner, please send them my way, and we'll reach out.
When you go back in history, Moulton Field was where the Tuskegee Airmen trained. Then we have new training going on next door in another hangar, and that training is involving Tuskegee University students. So we got a next generation of Tuskegee Airmen being trained here at historic Moulton Field. We have fly-ins out here at Moulton Field. We have community events. And it's sort of a central place for people to come to not only get the history, to learn about what's going on now, and to look at the future based in our community.
Our brand new floral park, it has an athletic field, it's turf, then it has an inclusive playground. Very convenient for a lot of folks, and it includes a splash park. So it is very, very popular on these hot summer days. Way to bring our community together. It has exceeded all of our expectations.
One of the projects I'm most proud of in the city of Albertville is being able to give back to our community through the Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. Our community finds this is an amazing place for their families to come and recreate and play ball and enjoy themselves with the outdoor picnic areas, the 7 playgrounds, the outdoor water park, and then being able to enjoy a concert here at the amphitheater. Since the opening of Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater 5 years ago, the estimated impact is over $80 million. This park provides an opportunity for people to come out and be outside, enjoy these kind of amenities right here locally without having to go away from Sand Mountain.
I will direct you to go to our Live Locally Alabama webpage, and you will see all 6 of those video reels available to watch there. And if your community is showcased, please feel free to post that on your website, post it on your social media, and get that out there. Next, I want to point out that one of the assets on our webpage is our sample social media calendar. Now, this lists lots of ideas for your team to essentially follow along with monthly themes. So things like explore locally, learn locally, shop locally, play locally, things like that. So for example, this month our theme is play locally, with students getting out of school and getting ready, excited for the start of summer soon. We encourage you to promote summer camp registration, pool opening dates, or park schedules, as well as share info about local theater shows, concerts, or summer reading programs. I know a lot of y'all also have summer concert series coming up, so there are a lot of different things that y'all could be promoting. Also, during the holidays, you can use the hashtag Celebrate Locally, along with our main hashtag Live Locally Alabama. You may have seen some of our recent posts throughout, this year, well, even last year with Christmas and Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras. We definitely were really trying to get the Celebrate Locally theme out there. And so, of course, with America 250 coming up, we'll be doing some more of that soon. A lot of you are already hosting all kinds of big events. You just got to start tying in our hashtags and our branding to help elevate the campaign. I know it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes trying to figure out. Someone asked about making the social media page bigger. So this is just the graphic on the slide, but you can actually download the social media calendar from the Live Locally Alabama webpage, and we can also attach it in the email to Ty, if you'll just make a note in case they don't see it on the webpage. But yeah, we know that sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming trying to figure out how to market your community. And so that's really why we created this. We wanted to take the hard leg work out of that for you. We've created all these graphics, all these videos, a whole strategic plan of talking points of how you can incorporate this information into your daily routines. It's just a matter of you downloading it and posting it, or downloading it and incorporating it into your speeches. So we'll run through some of this, and of course, if you have questions, like I said, we will take those at the end. Let's see. Sometimes people will ask me, how often do they need to post? And that answer is completely up to you. Some of you may just be a team of one. You may be the mayor or the city clerk, and you're running the social media page. And so I understand that it's a lot for you. So if posting one graphic and one post a month is what you can do, that is totally acceptable. If you want to do 2 posts a month, great. That is really up to you. So there is no right or wrong way to get engaged. We really just hope that you'll look at this information and find ways to utilize it. So some other ideas to consider from the sample social media calendar include setting up media interviews to talk about what's going on in your community and the quality of life that you provide your citizens. Consider asking your local TV or radio station to air the campaign videos. I've even had some members tell me that they have asked their schools to play the video on their jumbotrons at different sporting events or different civic engagement opportunities. So that would be something we would welcome. I think our state EMA actually told me they were going to play the video in their welcome hall whenever they have different people visiting. So that's something maybe you could do in your school systems or even at City Hall. Consider visiting the schools in your community and talking about civic engaged education by sharing your municipality and you booklet. So if you go on our Live Locally Alabama webpage, again, the book is called Your Municipality and You. This book is for both kids as well as adults. On the front part of it, you'll see that there is a coloring page cover. And so Carl designed that a few years back, and I think it's a really great piece, like I said, for both kids and adults, because we actually share it anytime we're talking to different leadership groups. And it really runs through, well, what does the mayor do? What are the responsibilities of the clerk and the city council? What's the definition of a town versus a city? So it gives them that education on what y'all do and the quality of life services that y'all provide. So you can download that as a PDF now and share that with your schools. I want to give a shout out to Clinton, just up the road here. They recently, within the last month, actually utilized the language from that booklet and used it to create their own version where they have their city pictures and information about their city council as a briefer to their new youth council. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea, and they're doing a great job with that. So maybe some of y'all can take a look at that. Ty, if you'll remind me, let's also include that as a link whenever we send the recap email to them so they can see it. Consider creating a volunteer Live Locally Alabama committee to help your community get involved by creating positive social media content or planning events. You know, this can include adults as well as interns or youth counselors. I know when you see this, some of you don't want to just use what we've created and you want to create your own specific items. I get that. Well, I also know that you don't necessarily have it in your budget. So I would highly recommend creating a volunteer committee to help do some of that, because you have different people that are photographers or videographers or people that work in marketing that can help you along as a side project on a volunteer basis. And it would be a great opportunity for youth counselors or interns to do that. I know I also want to spotlight the city of Athens. They have a great youth council. And when we first launched the campaign, they had their youth counselors out taking phone videos, kind of interviewing each other and showcasing their favorite parts about what they like about their city, whether it was the different stores in their communities or the parks. That's just one idea for y'all to utilize. And so anytime that y'all are promoting the campaign and y'all tag us on social media or you send it our way, we also will be sharing that on social media and giving y'all some love. And like I'm doing now, we'll incorporate y'all into our webinars, we'll feature you in our articles, things like that. So I hope that's another incentive to get y'all involved. Another thing that y'all can do is consider asking a community celebrity to do a video tour of what they love about your community, or have even your city council members, everyone participate. I'll give a shout out to the city of Jasper. My friends over there have done an exceptional job of starting the campaign this year. They just had a new mayor take office, Mayor Gates, and he and one of our board members, Councilwoman Jennifer Williams-Smith, have been working with Tana, their new PR person, to not only showcase the campaign, but to use it to get people to take a stroll down their sculpture trail, which is downtown. So I'm hoping that this increases their numbers of visitors and, you know, has more people accessing the businesses downtown. So my goal is to, in the next webinar or even the last quarterly webinar, to have them on so they can kind of talk about some of that and how it's been going for them. So as you can see, the possibilities really are endless. These are just a few examples. There are a lot more on this social media calendar for you to look over. Before I wrap up, I want to remind you, we've been promoting this, but last month, leadership and I, we went over to the state capitol and participated in Governor Ivey's proclamation signing, where she proclaimed Municipal Government Week in Alabama as May 10th through the 16th. So we're really excited about that. And so we hope that you will participate. So going back to what we were talking about earlier, where this second phase of our campaign is going to be data focused. Well, we've created social media graphics in addition to those videos for y'all to utilize next week or throughout the summer. But we really encourage you, every single person on this line, every single one of our members, we encourage you to make at least one post next week to celebrate Municipal Government Week. And so I want to give a shout out to Carl, who did an excellent job of creating these handful of graphics this week for y'all to utilize, as well as Ty, who created the captions for them. So again, we make it really easy. Just got to download the graphic, download the caption, and boom, it's ready. I'll make a note that we have listed these, the second phase, we've listed these graphics at the bottom of the website where it says, actually, excuse me, at the bottom of the social media assets section where it's titled LLA Phase 2 Graphics and Captions. Again, that's LLA Phase 2 Graphics and Captions. And so all of these graphics are going to be focused on what we were talking about earlier, infrastructure, public safety, parks and rec. But you are welcome to utilize any of the graphics that we have on our website. And right now, our team, we're planning to post one each day, and that includes showcasing the video as well. We're also planning to send out a press release, hopefully tomorrow, to also promote. And so if y'all will help promote that on y'all's social channels, we'd really appreciate it. And so while I have this particular graphic up, I want to share that the little girl in pink is my daughter, Isabella. Her and my niece is kind of in the background there. So some of the graphics that y'all will be seeing in this set featured them. And so it was a fun shoot that we did in Prattville. And then the shoot on the right is whenever we were actually doing the whole video shoot in Wetumpka. We went to Wetumpka, Mountain Brook area, where else? A couple of other places for this one, a little bit different from the last set. So either way, you may see some familiar scenes, I guess you could say, but we were trying to drive home that no matter where you are, you can utilize these particular assets because public safety, infrastructure, parks and rec all relates to every single community. In addition to, you know, showcasing the graphics during Municipal Government Week, we hope that you will also, you know, share photos of municipal workers and staff throughout the week to show off their jobs or to thank them for what they do. You could kick off an essay scholarship contest about why local government is important, or one where maybe students say what they would do if they were mayor. You could partner with your local school for field trips or shadow opportunities next week, or maybe just go visit them and talk to them about what you do, and be sure to take that your municipality and you booklet with you whenever you do go and talk to them. So there are lots of ways to celebrate, and I hope you'll take advantage of that. while it's nice to promote everything on social media, we really want to make sure that you understand that this campaign is very much focused on you talking about these particular items and quality of life with your citizens and legislators, especially legislators. Whenever our friends, Baker and his team with the advocacy team are over across the street at the State House, they are battling things every day, all kinds of legislation that want to take away your taxability and take away your municipal authority. So the more that you can talk to them, the better it will be for all 466 cities and towns in this state. So again, we will send out a recording of this webinar and all the items that we mentioned a while ago, and hopefully that will give y'all a good starting place on what to do. But of course, y'all are always welcome to reach out to me if y'all have questions. We also welcome y'all to send us high resolution photos of your communities. So if y'all do have a photographer on hand or videographer and y'all have some good footage, feel free to send that to us. We would love to add that to our database and then eventually use that in our newsletter. Like, I don't know if y'all have been seeing that Ty has been updating our graphic every week with a different photo of communities. So we welcome y'all to send us those. And we will be happy to help promote that on social media. We also love to spotlight different communities in our newsletter. Like I said, sometimes we will feature you in our magazine. So there are things that we're trying to do to showcase y'all. We just need your help in getting the word out about the campaign. So I'd now like to turn it over to our friends at NPS, Lillian Brand. She's been a great partner to work with, and she is our state director. And so she's going to share a little bit about what services they offer, and I'll let her take it away from here. So Ty, you might have to unmute her.
I think I'm unmuted. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Great. Well, thank you, Lori, and thank all of you for joining today and letting me be a guest and a fly on the wall to hear more about this campaign that MP Strategy is proud to support. And as a lifelong Alabamian, I believe in wholeheartedly. So as Lori shared, I am Senior Director of MP Strategy here in Alabama, and I lead the Alabama team in strategic communications initiatives and efforts across the state and really across the Southeast. And we've had the honor of working with the Alabama League of Municipalities for the last couple years. As she mentioned, time flies. I can't believe it's been a couple years. But in the initial launch of Live Locally and that amazing campaign that they conceptualized and really got off the ground, our team developed and produced that initial brand video that I believe you've all seen. And then we've had the privilege of working alongside them most recently in this second phase of the launch. And so I know some of y'all were able to see the video that she shared, but this one especially is impactful in highlighting the investment that municipalities make in community members and residents and in public safety and infrastructure, and the list goes on and on. And so as part of this continued partnership, MP Strategy just wants to reiterate our commitment to helping amplify the voices and the brands and mission of each of the municipalities across Alabama and each of you in any way that we can. Since our partnership started in 2024 and now in the second phase of the campaign, we continue to offer a discounted rate for video production and communication services for League of Municipality members in whatever shape that may take form or whatever your needs may be. As Lori shared, we got to work with the city of Opelika. I'm not sure if we have any Opelika friends on the call, but I had a great day. It was actually in my first few weeks of joining the NP Strategy team, but we had a day in Opelika where we did a full day video shoot and really captured the story of Opelika and the momentum that they have, that they're building there in terms of economic development and growth and bringing just incredible prosperity to the community and surrounding region. And we, as mentioned, had a discounted video price for that because of their membership and participation in League of Municipalities. And so we would love to talk to each of you all once you have a chance to see that Opelika video that Lori and her team will share out following the call. please let me know if you would like to discuss how to create a similar story for your city, your town. There's a variety of ways we can engage. Opelika is an example of one that was highly tailored and personalized, but still being true to the brand of Live Locally, because we, of course, want to help promote this campaign across the state in sync with the league. But we did customize it with a full day video shoot and amplification of their local business leaders, local elected officials. So that way, when they shared the video across their community, it resonated as a local asset. It didn't seem like something that was, produced out of Montgomery or Birmingham or some other city. This was really localized. And Lori, I haven't even told you this yet. I got a text earlier this week from a friend who does economic development. And she was actually in Opelika on a site visit with an international company considering Opelika, and they showed the video. And she texted me and pointed out, I think this is the video MP Strategy did. And so I'm so glad to know that it's still being utilized in such a productive way and showing it to international prospects, because Alabama has a great story to tell, and MP Strategy is honored to help tell that story on the local level as well. So our video pricing ranges, and it depends on how much you want to customize that video. We can use a lot of the pieces of the Live Locally footage originally. We can use some stock footage to keep prices more minimally, or go fully customized. In the case of Opelika, again, that was a little bit more of a comprehensive tier. For y'all's reference, when you view it and you want to see, and a video like that will get you on the high end. Our pricing is typically at around 15,000, and low end, just kind of an initial customized plan, but video using existing assets would be closer to 7,500. So that's where our range sits. Again, that's a discounted rate to the League of Municipalities, and so want to just make sure we reiterate that that option is available to each of you, and we want to help in any way we can. So my contact information is on the screen, and I think it will be shared following the call as well. So please let me know if there's any continued conversations that would be helpful. Outside of video, our team actually works with municipalities across the Southeast on messaging, crisis communications, strategic communications, economic development projects, and more. So always happy to discuss more opportunities to support you all in any way that might be helpful, especially as we all navigate, as Lori mentioned, just the new way of life in terms of media coverage and ways to tell your story and get it out there. We're always happy to be a partner in any way we can to continue supporting you all. So thank you again to Lori for the opportunity to speak to you all briefly. And I hope you all enjoy the videos. It's been a privilege working with this team and getting to highlight my home state and the incredible investments that each of you all and local governments make in people every day. So I appreciate the opportunity and hope to be in touch with each of you soon.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank you so much. Like she said, we will share her contact information after this webinar, and she also has a flyer with some more details about her services. I think she also touched on a great point that this is a huge recruitment tool whenever you have economic developers and economic development discussions with various entities. So we really hope that y'all can use these items, and again, more than just social media, post them on your website and incorporate them into your everyday talking points. So without further ado, we'll take some questions now if anybody has any. I'm here, and Lillian Pittman is also available if you have any questions specific to the data, but we are happy to take any questions. And feel free to raise your hand if your mic needs to be unmuted, or you can just post them in the chat, and Ty and I will take a look at those. All right, Casey, I think she's unmuted you, or at least given you the ability to unmute yourself now. Try doing that.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just had a quick question. By the way, Casey Bradley in Evergreen City Council. I had a quick question about, I saw that we can do like a little video monthly and send in, and want to see what is the time frame, like how big or how short does that video need to be if we send it in.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the first part of it? You said a video what?
Yes, I had saw that where we can send a video in on the monthly time frame, and just wanted to see how long does that video need to be? Is there a certain length if we were to do it?
So what type of video exactly? Like you're wanting us to incorporate that into something, or were you just wanting us to like reshare y'all social media posts with the video?
Yes, if we were to do something on our own, a little video or something on our own in the community.
Okay, yeah. And if you do any video, no matter the length, if y'all share that with us, or if
Mhm.
y'all post it on y'all social media platforms, we'll be glad to share it from the
Okay.
league page.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I'll say also on the video link part, so you'll see that our two main videos, whether it's the second phase where we've just rolled out that video, it's close to 2 minutes, and our first main campaign video that we did almost 2 years ago is about 2 minutes. I would say that's roughly the desired length that I try to stay under when we're even conceptualizing all of this because of people's attention spans. And then you'll also see that we have 30-second versions because if you want to get any airtime on radio and TV, generally you need either a 30-second clip or a 15-second clip. So kind of keep that in mind. And then when it comes to like video reels for Instagram or Facebook stories, you can have it even shorter, again, 15-second clips would work just fine. Anyone else? All right. Well, if there are no other questions, my contact information is available on the screen right now. And if not, then you can call the league anytime, and we will be glad to chat with you and figure out what we can do to best serve you and helping you to become a part of the campaign. So thank you for your time today, and we'll be sending this out either later today or tomorrow. So thank you all. Have a good evening.